So here's the drone frame that we were talking about. The cells are bigger, green, so you can pick it out in a hurry.
Dave, do you carry that?
Carry the wax.
You carry the foundation, okay.
I let the bees draw an empty frame with no foundation on it.
Just cut it out.
And I swear they build it with the cells as big as that one.
Oh yeah.
But if you buy wax,
So am I going to get all drones?
you can get
Yep.
2 drone frames.
So I can just use that as a...
Not always, but most of the time you'll get drones. So
So I can use that as a mic control.
On one of my houses.
it will, you know,
Take them and
to
freeze
some
them.
extent, yes.
Is it wax or plastic? It's wax, so you don't need the wax.
And this is a nuke that was purchased from Peter Kacharski's
Look at that thing. Look at the cat.
second or third week in May. Yes.
That's loaded.
So what I look for too when I'm looking at bees, see how these cells here are discolored. They're different than the rest. It may be just that there are bees hatching out from this frame, but these are discolored. A lot of times you'll find viral symptoms under bees or dead bees. See, that bee's not going to hatch; it's dead. It's wingless. So it's just a little bit off color.
Is that the beginning of anything? Don't know.
It is the thing.
When you say discolor, are they darker or lighter?
See how
See the cappings?
see how it's
dark?
thinner?
Okay.
Now that it's not always the case because they're also hatching
They're close to hatching.
on this frame, so they could be just an indication that they're chewing their way out. But it's also see that one is she's alive. It's also an indication of, you know, sometimes you'll see sac brood under there. Here's some cells that they've torn out. We have to make sure there's a queen in here. Sac brood is a virus.
The larva gets wrapped in the sac.
Anybody want
The pupa gets wrapped.
drone cone?
Good, thanks. I'll pass it.
Just have a little more buzzy.
Do you wanna?
Oh,
Well, not the hive.
so something happened here. You got a cell here. This is probably supersedure. It's to me it looks like it's hatched out already. They're just cleaning it out, getting ready to tear it down. A lot of times, supersedure is common. I mean, I think it happens a lot more than we realize. I mean, you've got a beautifully laying queen. Why did they supersede? I don't know. But as long as they continue on with the queen in the hive. Now, my guess.
What's that? Is that pollen?
That's pollen and nectar. My guess, just looking at this frame right now, just off the wall, if it was my hive, I'd look further. It looks queenless to me. They don't usually pack the brood nest in the center with nectar so extensively. Usually, if there's a queen in the hive, they leave it open for her to lay. This to me is. Now, I'm not saying it's queenless. I'm just saying I'd look further. We just saw a cell hatched out, and what I'm seeing here is a ton of drones.
What's on the bottom of that?
You got a lot of
That's something that hatched out. But all these drones in this colony, they're welcome in any hive. The drones from down there, come on in, we don't mind. You know,
They're guys.
my guess is they're hanging out because there's a virgin queen in here. And they want to know when she leaves. You know, that's just, you know,
Yeah.
I've seen that in many hives. I'm just going to get this out of there so I can scoot these over. A lot of times you won't find a virgin in the center of the brood nest. For some reason she'll be off to the side. roaming around on the honey.
Is that a swarm cell on the bottom?
These,
Or is that a superseded?
I don't know.
Could be either.
There's
couldn't
only
it?
a few of them here and
They're
there.
on the bottom.
It's not.
Yeah, but it's
They're in
not.
the middle.
It's not hanging right off.
Yeah, it's. You know what? I still don't know. I'm
It's
always.
a good answer.
You know, there's one up here too. You know, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Perhaps they did swarm. But there's a lot of bees in this hive. How would you make
I
this
still think
up?
there's a lot of
This
drones.
is not a split, this is a nuke.
This is a nuke.
It came third week in May.
Right. You know, third week of May.
And they were packed. The nuke was packed.
Yeah, it could have swarmed. I guess my guess would be that maybe it did.
This one is one.
Yeah, I think I'm just looking. Yeah,
And
that's the beauty of buying a nuke
that actually,
right there. These guys are culling their comb, giving it to you.
What are those lumpy things sticking out of that?
that's the reason
Those are
this has an
drones,
entrance feeder on it, because the only time I got in
They
it, I
look like
did
little
see a
22
queen,
bullets.
but it seemed weak to me.
Yep.
And that's why this one got the entrance feeder instead
Sure.
of the buckets. So
Right.
I don't know if it was weak because they were queenless
So this is.
and there was
They're
a swarm.
see they're tearing these down. So my guess is there is a virgin roaming, and they start to tear down the cells of their competitors. The first one out will go around, and I don't know if she does it or she rallies the crew to tear them down for her.
Now, how do
The
you?
first one out stings the remainder, don't they?
I've never seen it. I don't know.
How do you?
They either that or they tear the cell down before it has time to hatch.
Okay,
Therefore,
that would do the
Yeah.
same thing.
I'm sure if they met in the hive, it would be a fight to the finish.
How do you know if they're tearing it down or building it up?
It's just it is hatched. See this? There's a little flap there.
Okay.
It's eaten away on the sides.
Okay.
This one has a flap as well, so this one's hatched out. So I guess my guess would be that yes, they did indeed swarm. So at this point, so I've got all this drone comb on one side. I'm just going to sort of face that out of the main cluster of the hive. I'm going to put it over here. That way, next spring when everybody's upstairs, you can cycle that out. You can get that frame out of there. It's off to the side. There's less likely to be brood in it. Work your frames that are crappy off to the side walls, and then pull them in the spring or when there's no honey and brood in them.
Now, why wouldn't you put it right next to the wall?
It's got brood in it
Okay.
at this point in time. Another thing too, what you can do is, it's kind of late. They've got a hum to them.
Yep.
It's kind of late, but when you're putting a box on top of a box like this, when you go to do this one as well, just take a frame of brood or eggs from downstairs and put it right upstairs in the center.
Mm.
That gives them motivation to go up. Yeah,
Can we do that now?
we can do that now. It's kind of like walking the horse after
Right.
walking the barn after the horse is gone. But no, it's good practice. They will. Some bees don't necessarily like to cross the line. Even a nuke, you can super a nuke with another nuke box, and they won't go upstairs. Give them a drawn frame or give them a frame of eggs. They're more likely to go up there and cross that barrier.
So let's say we've got a virgin queen in there. We're going to give her how long to get pregnant?
At this point, well, it depends on when she flies and mates. She needs to fly, and it's going to be 14 days
Right.
at least if she just hatched.
So
But my guess is it's been some time. I would give it till next weekend and look again for eggs. At this point,
yeah.
give it a week and see what you see. I'm thinking there's probably, she could be out doing an orientation flight now. Who knows? So if you don't see even a virgin queen running around, don't despair, because she may not be right. She may not be in the hive. She might be out cavorting with the boys.